What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to Work Knife Balance. We have a fun Divo Growler today to go over with y'all. First off, just want to say thank you to everybody who has liked and subscribed to our channel already. If you haven't, feel free to hit the subscribe button down below. I think you can hit the little logo in the corner right here, and that'll subscribe you to our channel. We're going to go ahead and keep putting content out, so we'd love for you to check it out and let us know what you think. This is the Divo Growler. This is their second knife that they've done. I have not been able to look at their first one, although I absolutely love it. It looks fantastic. I would love to get my hands on one of them and see what it looks like. I'm also really excited for the mash. Haven't been able to see one of those yet either, but this was sent to me from a friend to look at and go ahead and go over with y'all. This is, I don't know, I think if you don't know, Divo is lefty EDC. And I think this was their attempt, or not attempt, this was their budget knife that they were putting out there. They're trying to do something under $100, something that's not quite as premium. And I think they hit it out of the park for sure. I've been playing with it for a little bit now. It feels really nice in hand. Some of the things on the ergo that I really like are, if you look right here, you got this like double swoop, which doesn't seem like a lot, but this choil you can choke up really nice on, and this second one just lays those other three in here, and it fits really well in your hand. I mean, you could do some easy cutting work with that, and you've got just a big belly on the blade, so that cutting edge just gives you the belly to do whatever you want with. Yeah, it was a little tricky, that flick right off the bat, but after playing around with it for literally no more than 30 seconds, you're able to figure out, oh, that's an easy knife right there. The detent is really well done. It's got ceramic cage balls for the pivot and a ceramic detent. Break it right there, and then it just goes in nice and easy. The acoustics on this thing when you lock it open, I mean, it sounds beefier than it is. It's got the black canvas micarta on the handle, so it is a lot lighter of a knife than some of the titanium ones that you've probably held or felt, but it feels really good. It has a good balance to it. Yeah. Oop. Has a good balance to it. Not perfect, but really good. Let's go ahead and do a couple measurements real quick while we have this out here. Let's see. Overall measurements brings this guy or gal, knife, friend, to just over 7.5. So we'll say 7 5/8. And then the blade is about 3.5, but you got only about 3 1/4 on the cutting edge. So yeah, that's not too bad there. It's definitely a little bit bigger of a compact size knife. It's not a beefy knife by any means, but it's not something small in your pocket. It's gonna be wider than a lot of the other knives that I've looked at or that I traditionally carry, but it's gonna be a fun knife as well. We'll do a couple quick comparisons. Here is the Ontario Rat 1 up top, and then we'll go ahead and do the Ontario Rat 2 down below. So closer to the Rat 2, larger than the Rat 2, and obviously you're gonna have more of a wider knife in your pocket, in the pocket carrier, with the Divo Growler versus the Rat 2 right there. But then we'll go ahead, these are real popular, go ahead and do a Spyderco PM2. And we'll go ahead and do a Spyderco PM3. So pretty close to that Spyderco PM3 there. More on the blade for sure, but that handle and that pocket width is gonna be really close in comparison there. Putting these two next to each other, I mean, with the exception of that like Spyderco bump, they're actually going to be pretty close pocket comparisons and pretty close in width as well, as you go ahead and put those down there as well. Some things they did really cool on this guy was that black canvas micarta. It is real soft around the edges. They had a really nice finish to it going through on that. I like the black. If you've seen some of the previews for the prototype that they sent out, there was not black in the Divo Knives logo there. Looks like they finished that up with black around the pivot and then black to the Divo Knives. That stands out really well. You do have an ambi carry there, so you can flip the clip from one side to the other, so you're going to be able to do ambidextrous tip up carry on it. This hole, this little flipper hole right here, is larger than normal, but it's not bad. I actually like it larger. I think you can, if you get down low there, if you see where my finger's down and low, you have a little bit harder time, but being able to hold it high, you can flip it out really easy. So that's just one thing that, I mean, playing with the knife, you can feel around what's easiest for you, but that's the biggest, I would say. And I think Kevin actually from Lefty EDC does a video on tips and tricks on this knife to kind of go over the best ways to carry and hold. I got the satin finish on this one with a flat grind all the way down. He does have a black and a stone wash as well finish to the blade for this one. It is a White Mountain Knives exclusive. You can pick these up for anywhere from between 85 to 100 bucks. They are an absolute fantastic knife for what it is. That D10 is just so nice when it comes in like that. Centered really nice in there, so that's dead on center for it. I don't like hard edges, and this could be something that they decided to avoid for budget reasons or whatnot. I don't like hard edges. We talked about it on another video that we have as well. It doesn't look bad. There's really nothing to change about it, but it's gonna give you more, I guess, when you're holding choked up on it like this, giving it more. And then you're missing any jimping on the back here. That would be the one thing that I would add. There's a little bit of jimping because with it being a hard edge satin finish, it's so slick and smooth on here. And I don't think your thumb's ever gonna slip, but I mean, if you're choked up and slip your thumb out on something, I don't know. It's a comfortable carry, good ergo, but that would be the one thing on the back. I'd add some jimping here. I don't think they're obviously going to be changing this knife, but adding jimping on that blade would have been really nice there. Something just to give you a little bit of extra on the backside. You do have this hole for lanyard if you want. I think it would have been cool if you would have just put a pillar there, but I think that is micarta in there as well. So having the little hole for the lanyard is just as fine, just as nice. Wait to see if anyone puts any scales out for these. Be kind of cool to see some sort of color added to these for an exclusive or something like that, but not much else to say about this one. They went ahead and went with this kind of sheep's foot blade, and you're starting to see more sheep's foot, in my opinion. I think you're seeing more. It's becoming more popular. They're really nice cutting knives. They're really nice because you get a big belly on them. And I don't know if you could really call that like a true sheep's. I mean, I guess it is a sheep's foot. I think when I think sheep's foot, I think you cut down a little bit more on it here, but it is a sheep's foot on there. Yeah, 14 C28N blade steel on it. I don't know the hardness, but I'm going to assume it's somewhere between 59 to 61. And yeah, I can't get over how comfortable this knife is. How flat this clip carries. I mean, it does have a little bit of springiness to it, so I don't know if that's gonna bend out really easy. Doesn't look like it is yet, but because it's so flat, I mean, when it's fully open, you don't even feel that in your hand. You don't feel anything underneath there, and it's just as soft as the micarta. I mean, clearly it's not because it's metal, but it feels really nice in your hand. So yeah, once again, the Divo Knives Growler. This is a White Mountain Knives exclusive. You can pick this up still, I believe, between 85 and 100 bucks on White Mountain Knives. And this is a fantastic carry. This is a fantastic addition to any collection, and great knife just to have in your pocket on the daily. So until next time, TTFN.